There was a time when mentioning the Matrix summoned images of red pills, simulation theory, and the metaphysical questioning of reality. Rooted in Plato's allegory of the cave, Descartes' skepticism, and Baudrillard's simulacra, the term the Matrix once invited philosophical curiosity. Today, it often triggers social media soundbites from influencers like Andrew Tate, repackaged into a meme meant to imply that modern society is a brainwashed, docile herd, and that by following said influencer, you can break free. This essay explores the journey of the Matrix from a complex idea about reality and control to a diluted meme weaponized by online personalities. Through this case study, we also explore how the internet flattens nuance, turning once thought-provoking concepts into ideological clickbait. The original 1999 film The Matrix, directed by the Wachowskis, wasn't just a sci-fi action thriller. It was a dense web of philosophy, simulation theory, transhumanism, and political allegory. Neo, the protagonist, is offered a red pill to escape the illusory world and discover the truth. This allegory speaks to the core of human existence. Is what we perceive real? Who is in control? Are we truly free? Philosophers like Jean Baudrillard, who explored simulations and hyperreality in his books Simulacra and Simulation, heavily influenced the film. Additionally, The Matrix drew from religious symbolism, postmodernism, and existentialist thought. It was a film made to provoke critical thinking. But online culture has a tendency to reduce everything to its most viral, shareable form. And that's what happened to the red pill. It didn't take long before the red pill metaphor migrated beyond film analysis circles. By the early 2010s, online communities, especially Reddit and certain men's rights forums, began using red pill as a shorthand for waking up to what they perceived as hidden truths about gender dynamics in society. This was the start of the concept's politicization. In these spaces, taking the red pill no longer meant questioning the nature of reality. It meant rejecting mainstream liberal values, feminism, or modern social structures. It evolved into a badge of honor for those who claimed to see what others couldn't. This co-opting marked the first major dilution of the original idea. The red pill had shifted from philosophical skepticism to political identity. And from there, it only got broader and shallower. Enter Andrew Tate, a former kickboxer turned online entrepreneur and hypermasculine influencer. Tate popularized a new wave of red pill ideology, focused less on intellectual awakening and more on financial freedom, dominance, and societal rejection. Tate refers to the Matrix as a metaphor for a system designed to keep men weak, obedient, and broke. According to him, the Matrix includes governments, schools, media, and even relationships. His narrative: escape the Matrix by rejecting norms, embracing wealth building, and adopting a specific version of masculinity. On the surface, his version of the Matrix resembles the film's premise, an artificial system keeping people docile. But dig deeper and the substance falls apart. It becomes less about questioning reality and more about selling courses, promoting an online persona, and feeding algorithmic rage. The philosophy is replaced with a marketing funnel. His followers are not asked to think, but to subscribe. Tate's rhetoric encourages rebellion not as an intellectual exercise, but as brand loyalty. This transformation isn't unique to the Matrix. The internet excels at repackaging ideas into digestible, repeatable formats. In a landscape dominated by short-form content and viral soundbites, depth becomes a liability. The more complex a concept, the harder it is to monetize or viralize. This phenomenon illustrates a broader issue: the erosion of critical thinking online. When ideas are simplified to fit into 30-second videos or motivational quotes, they lose their original context, subtlety, and intent. What's left is easily digestible ideology masquerading as enlightenment. You might ask, so what? Isn't this just the natural evolution of language and ideas in a digital age? Partially, yes, but there are serious consequences. When complex concepts like the Matrix are flattened into memes, they're weaponized. Andrew Tate's Matrix isn't used to encourage skepticism or intellectual debate. It's used to divide, manipulate, and monetize. For young, impressionable minds, this version of the red pill becomes their first brush with philosophical inquiry. And what they receive isn't Socratic questioning. It's algorithmically optimized certainty. It's a worldview sold in a 10-second clip with a link to a paid course. This promotes cynicism, not wisdom. Followers don't seek truth. They seek dominance over the sheep still in the matrix. It discourages empathy, nuance, and open dialogue. Moreover, the memification of such concepts undermines their usefulness in real-life critique. Instead of using the matrix as a lens to examine systemic inequality, surveillance capitalism, or digital dependency, it becomes a slogan for personal branding. Baudrillard argued that in the age of hyperreality, representations become more real than reality itself. The red pill meme is a perfect example. The term no longer points to any real intellectual framework. It points to itself, endlessly recycled in podcasts, tweets, and YouTube thumbnails. In Baudrillard's terms, it has become a simulacrum, a copy with no original. The Matrix Andrew Tate refers to is no longer tethered to the Matrix film, much less to the philosophical roots behind it. It's an aesthetic, a vibe, a symbol of rebellious masculinity detached from its origins. In a strange twist, we now live in a world where people are trapped inside a new kind of matrix, the illusion of understanding. Platforms like TikTok and Twitter reward the performance of knowledge over actual knowledge. The real danger isn't that people believe in the matrix. It's that they believe they've escaped it while still being deeply embedded in algorithm-driven realities. Is it possible to recover the true essence of concepts like the matrix in today's internet culture? Perhaps. It would require slowing down the pace of information, encouraging longer-form content, and teaching digital literacy, skills that help people question what they're consuming instead of just reacting. Content creators, educators, and platforms all share responsibility. Creators must resist the urge to simplify ideas beyond recognition. Platforms must reward nuance and context. And viewers must become more discerning, asking not just what an idea means, but what it used to mean. Reclaiming the red pill metaphor means returning to its roots, using it as a tool for introspection, not indoctrination. That process starts with media literacy education, diverse perspectives in digital discourse, and a cultural shift from certainty to curiosity. The journey of the Matrix from philosophical allegory to viral meme shows how easily deep ideas can be hollowed out online. What started as a question, what is real, has become a slogan, escape the Matrix. Influencers like Andrew Tate have hijacked the term to fit their own narrative, replacing intellectual awakening with tribal identity. And while the original Matrix questioned the very nature of freedom, the new Matrix sells it in the form of a digital lifestyle course. The internet didn't just dilute the Matrix, it commodified it. And unless we critically examine how we consume ideas, we might all stay trapped inside a new simulation, one where we believe we've woken up, but we're still asleep.